Okay, so I should be caught back up to exactly where we left off last time. We have our control, opening the mouth, pivoting the mouth, and we created the blend shape, which I named mouth press. That is going to push the lips together and raise the jaw just a little bit. Okay, so the last thing that we're going to do with the mouth for now is we're going to tie in that blend shape so that when we rotate up to our negative or our positive 10 value, okay, again, we set that in our attribute editor for our rotate X limit, negative 22.5 down, and positive 10 up. Okay, so let's go ahead and open our set driven key, and we want to make sure that we have the control selected, mouth control, and we want rotate X. Okay, for our driven, let me go ahead and load our driven. Make sure that I come over here, select my face shapes, load driven, select face shapes, and now I want to control mouth press. Okay, so default key, okay, at a value of 0, mouth press is going to be at a value of 0. So I'm going to hit key. Now I'm going to take my control, rotate it to a value of 10. I'm going to grab my mouth press blend shape, and we're going to bring that from a value of 0 to a value of 1. And I'm going to hit key. Okay, now what you are going to see is that we overshot a little bit. We overestimated what that value was going to be for our mouth press. Okay, so we did positive 10. You can see that that control is rotating above the actual position of the jaw. Again, it's not going to affect the functionality of the control, but just visually it can be helpful if that control follows the end of the joint, or the end of the chin as much as possible. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do, and I'm just going to do this real quick here, is I'm going to say right about there, so maybe about half the distance should work just fine. I'm going to go to my mouth press shape over here. I'm going to right click on the mouth press blend shape, and I'm going to break connections. Okay, so I'm just deleting that set driven key. I'm going to grab my control. I'm going to change that limit information to, let's say, positive 5. Okay, so we're only going to move that, we're only going to rotate up to a value of 5. And let's go through that set driven key process again. Okay, so rotate X still selected, mouth press selected, both are at a value of 0. And I'm going to, for some reason that changed. Make sure that I change that back. Okay, so I'm going to set a key for our neutral pose. I'm going to rotate up in the X direction to a value of 5, since that's our limit. I'm going to grab the face shape, mouth press, bring that to a value of 1, and I'm going to hit key. Okay, so still not perfect, but it's going to be a lot closer than we were the last time. Okay, so now we have 3 blend shapes connected to one control, which is great. We have our open and close, we have our press, and we have our pivot from side to side. Okay, so this character's face is already starting to come to life. We've only done just a very few number of controls here. We're going to go next, and we're going to move into the eyelids.